Welcome to another edition of DMV Sports Show. I'm your host, Rasul McGee. It's Saturday. That's right, it's Saturday to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. As always, I got a show that we won't believe. We're going to start with the Commanders and JYDEN Daniels. JYDEN Daniels is actually on fire, folks. I kid you not. It's the most amazing thing that you have ever seen, but we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to talk about the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are putting KUMZA on the chopping block, but I hope it's DENI as well. We're also going to talk about the Baltimore Orioles, who are right now taking on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, leading 9-5, and now 36-19. We just gotta keep on with the sports. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals are set, folks. Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics. Who you got? We'll discuss that as well. We also going to make you call in, right? You're gonna call in and represent who you repping. We're going to talk about your team, and the calling number is 512-543-4662. I say again slowly for the ears who missed it. 512-543-4662. Make sure you call in, say your name and who you rep. As I said before, we're family here, so don't be scared. Okay. Also, we want to, if you have the Try 99 app, make sure you go on to Roku TV and download this there, and also YouTube. Catch us over there, DMV Sports Show, with your host, Rasul McGee. All right. So, with that being said, let's start the show. We got Commanders on lock, right? We got Commanders saying that JYDEN Daniels is by far the best thing for the Commanders. Offensively, we have all the weaponry. We have Zach Ertz, we have Scary Terry, we have Johan Dawson, we have Luke McCaffrey, we have Ben Sinnott, we have John Bates, we have Cole Turner, we have Jamison Crowder, we have Tasmir Allen. We also have Cashmere. Cashmere. And we also have other, pieces that we've been missing offensively. Defensively, we have a mixture of old and new, but we are still waiting for that magical number to be arisen and show us what this Commander defense is all about. I hope a knockout type of defense. We also have some really great news about a possible signing. I don't know about that. I'm still looking into that. Maybe it was a fluke of a news from I think it was USA Today. I'm not sure, but I'll look into that as well. But we just got a whole bunch of great things happen to the DMV. The good thing about the Commanders is that, they did a great job in the draft. Excellent draft. Looking at our, regular season, we have not an easy schedule, but we have a really good competitive schedule that we can possibly take over and sneak into a wild card type of situation. After looking at the game one, week one, is in Tampa at 4:25, which is always a late game. And this is why I believe that playing Tampa is like a good and bad situation, right? And I used to fear Sean King. Sean King used to be a person at the quarterback of the Buccaneers. And playing against him with what's that guy's name? begins with the A. I think it's Ben Oslot. He was the running back / fullback, and playing against him is like Nightmare on Elm Street ×2. It's like having Mike Sellers in the backfield, and hearing them in the same sentence, you will cringe like, oh, you gotta take on Tampa. Do I have to? Do I want to? But but the thing about it is you're looking at this as a potentially good thing, because now you have Baker Mayfield in the backfield. You have a wide receiver. You don't have that domino effect of a quarterback, wide receiver, and running back tandems. You only have a quarterback and wide receiver. You don't have a running back to fear. But in this case, you do have a defense that's trying to peak as a Tampa 2 type of John Lynch defense. Now, we might win this game, but if Baker Mayfield becomes Baker Mayfield of the Browns when he was, drafted as a Brown, then we have a problem. So if this defense can swarm and tackle and beat him up to the point where he has a 6 interception day, then we're good. Then there's no worries. And this team is on its way to beat the Giants in week 2. But if we barely beat the Buccaneers by 3, just imagine what the Giants are going to look at that made them feel like they were going to lose by 3 versus 15. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I rather have this defense burn all cylinders in the preseason. I'm talking about 3-0. Yes, it doesn't matter, but it does matter when it comes to the first game of the year. You want your opponent to fear the defense. You want your opponent to fear the offense. But if we're only fearing one side of the football, then we have a problem. We've been there. We've done that. It's time to move on and get all the pieces together. So I got the panel to help me out. The panel actually here is none other than, we got Big Steve and we have Coach here. They are both knowledgeable of the team that we love and adore, and they're going to help me out with some of the most critical and difficult topics to talk about. So with that being said, I welcome Coach and Big Steve. How y'all guys doing? Happy Saturday to both of you.
Hey.
I hope your Memorial Days were good. It was good with y'all. I think I have a question for both of y'all that I need help with. First one, let me say I hope your Memorial Day was fulfillment and awesome. And I hope that your families were okay, and I hope you blend with your families and love your families as well. I just need this clarification on what's happening with the defense. Have you heard anything about the defense? Let's get into the topic. Big Steve, and then it'll be Coach. Tell me something, Big Steve.
Okay. People forgot one thing the Commanders got, and they got them last year, was Jabril Cox from the Dallas Cowboys at linebacker. We now are 6 linebackers deep now. When last year we was only 2 deep. Now we got 6 deep, and we got 3 All-Pros playing for us at linebacker. But Cox is an interesting person. He's fast. He runs 4.5 speed. He's 6'1". I mean, a big guy. So everybody, I don't know whether we're going to do a 3-4 or a 4-3.
Good point. Well, I'll tell you what I think in a minute, because based on the personnel that we have, I'll tell you what it is. Coach, how you feel?
Oh, I'm here.
No, go ahead and tell me what you think about the defense. Did you hear anything? What are your thoughts on it?
They haven't been letting out much on the defense, actually.
Right.
I've only heard that it is good.
Okay.
I'm like, well, we need to know, but And I got the feeling, that they said we had a good defense last year.
Well, I mean,
now, I know it needs building up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Here's the thing. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were finished or not. Go ahead, Coach. I apologize.
To protect the quarterback. And that's the big thing that happened last year. It's just, I would like to know. I'd like to know more. I would. And Steve, I'm glad you said that because.
Well, here's the thing. The amount of people that we got on the team are basically a 3-4 type of personnel. The more linebackers we have are the linebackers to replace. Now we go into a 4-3 type of scheme. We know that we have backups as well, but this primary is going to be switched, right? So there's a type of feeling that if a 3-4 is prominent, what we're going to do, but we're going to run it in a way where we don't hurt the personnel on the field. Now I know that's unlikely, but that's what they're going to try to do defensively. So the rotation is going to be constant. Now how they're going to manage that? Good. Yeah, but how you're going to manage that is going to be tricky. Because when you're rotating defense to support with how many personnel is on the opponent's field, it becomes a night and day. Because what Green Bay did when Aaron Rodgers was there, and we were switching personnel, he hiked the ball real quick to get us a penalty. So we gotta learn what to keep on the field and what to keep off the field. If we're comfortable with this coverage, keep it on the field. We gotta play with the timing. If we are out of 3 and outs and they somehow get a first down at the rotation, then that's on us. But if we do it again, it's a problem. So we have a mission here. And that's the mindset that I was worried about with Dan Quinn and John Witt. Are they up to the task of what this organization really is? It's a great organization with a rich history. You have a rich fan base that's really sick and tired of this mediocrity, So you got to know your personnel. You got to know what type of scheme you're in. You're going to have to figure out how to combat the checkmates of our opponent, because they're going to be looking to beat us and ensure their wins versus ours. So
exactly.
So those are the things, that intangibles we have to keep in mind. Now, again, let me say again for those who don't hear me, I like Dan Quinn. I like what he said. I like how the coaches feel like this is a great organization. That's fine, but do you know the history of it? Do you know the late nights of these fans staying up, creating these masks, creating these chants, creating the tailgates, creating the sitting down and looking at the TV on the outside during Sunday of a meaningful game or any type of game during the week, just to get the fan base rolling and the trash talking going? This means a lot. The history about Dallas and Commanders runs deep in Commanders territory veins. The battle of the beltways of the Ravens and the Commanders. You have so much enrichment in this here that it's embedded into our DNA. Do they actually know what this means? If you're doing this based on a paycheck, you're here for the wrong reason. You were hired to do a job, and that's make a wild card.
That's the way the Redskins Commanders,
right,
are looked at.
Right.
They have been looked at like that for a long time.
Exactly, but that even though we know this, and some analysts knows it, does the organization and this personnel of the positions of the coaches know that? Remember, they were Falcons before they were Commanders. They were Dallas Cowboys before they were Commanders. Do they know what this means? Because if they do, then they would do more than just talk about it. They'll show it.
They'll show it. They'll do it.
Yes.
And they'll, put it out there. Hey, we're here, and we're going to show you.
Right.
We're back. We're back.
This goes back to what Joe Gibbs said when he was in racing, right? When Daniel Snyder, for those who understand what I'm about to say, please no hate mail because I'm about to mention this guy's name. When Daniel Snyder was owner, he decided it was time to bring back Coach Joe Gibbs. When Joe Gibbs and Joe Bugle, were away for football, when Daniel Snyder got the sign with the Washington Redskins at the time, they said it's time to go back home. That statement hit home.
What?
It's time to go back home. And that right there was a gut feeling of inspiration when he said that. It's time to go back home. And when he went back home, folks, he did not disappoint. He took this team to the NFC East and won the playoff game. And we took on Seattle with the loss of Sean Taylor. And that was when Mike Hasselbeck was there, Sean Alexander, and you had a whole bunch of other teams there as well. I mean, other players there. I couldn't remember, but that was the staple of what the organization and the history is. You can't change that. But we have another caller, and this guy needs introduction after introduction. I'm going to give it to him. He is the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show, none other than Louis Tenor. How you doing, Lou?
Thank you, Rosal.
How you doing, bro?
Your show too.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. We're talking about the defense of the Commanders. We haven't heard anything yet, but we heard a lot about the offense. The offense is really where it needs to be. Everybody expected this. Everybody loved this. Everybody couldn't be happier. But without a defense, there's no way this offense. Exactly. But happy June 1st to y'all.
I've known that for years.
Exactly. So what do you think about Lou? Are we correct in that assessment?
You would be. Your offense was better. Your defense was, well, how would I say, trash. And that's what you need to work on.
Exactly.
Because remember, everybody says defense wins championships. Well, you're not going to win a championship if you had no defense. They're going to get that.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's what my question was to you, and you answered perfectly. Without a defense, you can't sustain a type of winning streak, trying to keep your opponent away from the end zone. So if you're doing a slug out type of game where you're scoring, both of y'all scoring 40 points a game, you're not really doing your defense any justice. So that's probably where the mindset of most fans are. What about the defense? Yes, you have Bobby Wagner. Yes, you have the guy from Panthers, Jeremy Chin. You have your linebacker core. You have your front four. You have your safeties, young and old. That's all great. But we have another caller. Welcome, caller. Is that Diane?
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing, Diane? Welcome.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Long time no see. How you feeling?
Good.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. We welcome Diana to the DMV Sports Show. She's a longtime champion here. Welcome. So what do you want to talk about, Diana?
Oh, I don't know. What were you guys talking about?
We're talking about the Commanders.
Oh, the football team.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? How do you like their defense? Do you think we have a great defense?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I like their defense.
All right. Well, that's great because we like our defense too. The problem is that are we ready to take on the East and become NFC East champion, or you think we're a little bit, we maybe are a player away, or what do you feel? What do you think?
I really don't know.
And that's a good honest answer because I don't even know. And that's what we're trying to find out today because I'm answering the panel. The panel has a great idea. Let's go ahead and move forward with the schedule of the Commanders. All right. So we're going to do that. So week 1, we take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me ask you this, and this is towards the panel. Do you believe that going to Tampa and play against Baker Mayfield, Mike Williams, and that whole defense, Tampa 2, that's trying to revamp itself, versus our offense, versus our defense, what is your assessment? Or is this an easy win or a difficult win? Let's start with Diana. Are you comfortable with this, Diana? Do you know it's a win or a loss? And end with Steve.
I think maybe the Commanders could win.
Good. I like that. Lou, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's
That's
easy,
a nice order.
but I think they
That's a
could
nice
win.
order coming week 1. If you're gonna win, it's gonna be a difficult win. But I think it'd be. I think it's gonna be a loss.
Really?
You think it's going to be a loss?
Wow. That is a shocker. I like I like her confidence. I'm not. Wait, this is a good thing. We're hearing the positive thing from Lou.
We need a very good defense.
Yes. So you're going with a what, Coach?
Because you're dealing with someone that was with our team. You think about it. We got to be on our toes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Got to be.
So what do you think? What do you think? It's a win or a loss?
I think we can win.
Okay. The next question I gotta ask: what is the ratio, 73 ratio? But let me get Big Steve's answer. Big Steve, what do you think?
I think it's a win. On paper, it's a win. Then it's Mike Evans. We got 10 to cover Mike Evans. As far as their defense position, it's not as good as ours. And Baker Mayfield is going to be winning for us, right?
You think so, bro?
Yep, I know so.
Okay. Let me. There's so many questions. There's so many questions right now because everybody just gave me at least 4 questions to ask. What I'm going to ask right now is the point 7-3. By the score, who is winning, either by 7 or is it going to be tight at 3? So let me go with Big Steve and end with Diane. Okay, so are we going to win by a touchdown or are we going to win by a field goal? So what's the score?
We're going to win by a touchdown. It could be 28-21.
Okay, it's going to be close.
I agree.
Okay, what you got, Coach? What's the score?
Okay, it's going to be a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a hard game. I mean, that's why I said they got to be on their toes. That's it.
Right.
It is going to be a touchdown. I'd say it's going to be 28-21.
So you said it's the same thing with Steve's saying.
Just about.
Okay. Now coming to Lou. Lou, give me why you think it's going to be a loss and the score.
With that kind of a line with Mayfield and that offense, I don't think the defense is going to be able to stack up. So it's going to be a loss. I'm going to say 35-21.
Yo, what is going on? Oh, that hurt my chest, bro. 35-21.
Hey, Lou, let me ask you something. What do you know about the defense that we don't know about?
Well, judging from last year, I mean, I think your defense is going to be, a lot of improvement. So I'm not saying this to be cruel, but I'm seeing from what I've seen, the pass, and they got to get, their defense. I think you're about a year away, at least, from that happening.
Nice. Honest assessment.
Right, true. That's true.
Honest assessment. I cannot get mad at that. Lou,
Nah.
that's a good one. That is a great assessment. You know,
That is a good one.
Yeah, let me get Diana, and I'm going to chime on this. Diana, what do you think?
Touchdown 28-21.
Okay, good. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That is a great score. So what Lou was talking about is it's an honest assessment. You can't get mad at that because he does have a point. You look at our history on defense. We had good, the bad, the ugly. We had the ugly, bad, the good. And he's going based on history of what we do every year. And he's timing that.
Whoa. But it's a different coach.
Well, he's actually making a good assessment based on history of how we do as a team. Like in 2020, we were on fire. Nobody knew anything about us. It was during COVID. We actually balled out. We literally set the game on fire. 2021, we lost steam. 2022, we lost steam. 2023, we just flat out gone away. 2019, we were on fire. 2018, we were on fire. 2017, we were on fire, but our offense was lacking those 4 years. So if you look at the pattern, right, it flip-flops over the years. So, he actually made an excellent point, but we have all the pieces now, but here's the thing. Okay. Like I said, and like Steve has said, Coach has said, and myself, and other fans as well. On paper, we are good. We're supposed to be best in the league. On the field, we don't know yet. All we know is the offense is on fire. And
Result?
Yes.
Do you think they're keeping it quiet for a reason?
I mean, so this is what, that's a great point as well. If you look at what the Eagles did, right? The Eagles did when they had Michael Vick, right? They literally told us after game 3, after the preseason game 3, and they kept telling their press, they're going to feel it. They're going to get torched. And then we told them in response, bring it on. We'll show you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Monday night, everybody was ready. Fans was ready. Eagles was ready. Everybody kept saying this was the Dallas 2010 moment matchup. And boy, people were sitting home with the popcorn like, this is going to be so good. First quarter came in.
It ain't going to be popcorn, but I'm going to be watching every bit.
but the first quarter went completely off for the Eagles. It was just, they never saw any daylight after that. But as for being quiet, I think more and more OTAs, we're starting to see more of this quarterback getting more comfortable in his abilities and more of trusting Kingsbury's playbook. I think if this training camp goes the way I think it can, this kid is going to put up at least 40 points a game. And this is a statement I can only say in confidence, because if you look at his demeanor and what he's capable of doing and the talent we have on offense, this kid is going to be dangerous. Nobody's going to want to come to FedEx Field and play us. And this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is how home field advantage is established. Smash mouth, come to our place. You're not going to be welcomed. you're going to be welcomed after you leave, right? That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Defensive wise, here's where my problem comes in. Let's say we're not doing well offensively. Let's say that we're, for some reason, our time is off. The running back is not, getting any push up front. Now it's 3 and outs. We just punt the ball away. Tressway just kicked it 60 yards into the second line of the end zone, and they start from the 5. We, as defense-minded people, know that they cannot get a first down, so we can get the ball at their end of the football. But they just passed 20 yards for a first down. We cannot let that happen at home field advantage. You see, so that's the problem where we have to understand that this is a game about the trenches.
They can't relax at home.
No.
Right, and that's my mindset. This is far by far. We got the mix of the young and old. We got the best linebackers in the league. We have the best defenders, a secondary in the league. We have a mindset of shelling out millions of dollars to these primary, standard faces of the NFL on our team, and we gotta coach them to be that. If we can't have this we can't have like Jason Taylor and Dana Stubblefield and Albert Haynesworth. We can't have what's the other cat's name? Shoot, I can't get his name, but he something Smith. Forgot his name. Not Bubba Smith. His name is something Smith. He was a Buffalo Bill, and he was here.
Yeah,
Bruce Smith. I know it begins with a B. But we brought. We had Bruce Smith here, right? And he's by far wanted to go to the Super Bowl so bad because he never been, and we were the ones that took him out 3 times. I mean, we're the one on the 3rd time that took him out. They lost to the Giants, us, and somebody else. I forgot. Anyway, but my point is that we gather all of these star players, but we cannot put it together. Yeah, they did us a great thing. They actually won us some games. They actually beat some games. We actually played well, but we weren't dominant. This got to be the year where we're dominant to the letter D, because the NFC East gotten better on the Eagles side. Saquon Barkley is now the running back. We got Eckler from the Chargers, who's by far a beast himself, but hasn't reached full potential. We got Brian Robinson, who's trying to reach the highest level more than anything. Now I believe so too, but the thing about it is, defensively, can we reach dominance? Can this football team be as feared as the Legion of Boom? If that is so,
Russell,
yeah.
There's one thing, if you're a coach, and I want to ask you this.
Okay.
And you were talking about, like, giving one of the defensive players, like a small break.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about putting in somebody. The coach should be able to know who would be like that player. You see what I'm saying?
You talking about rotation in and out of the lineup?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So here's the thing. When a player's tired, they kneel down, and the ref calls or official timeout, so that way that player can get sought to take out of the lineup, and then the coach sends in the backup. When you have rotation, it's like basketball. You gotta have the time limit. How many of your personnel has been out there too long? And once you do that, you see that if they're out there too long, they're going to get burned because the players on the other team is going to see that, and they're going to go after him. Or we see that linebacker, he's tired. Let's go and throw it to him because he's not going to catch our guy. And that's how. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know you got a lot to say. We do too.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I would be looking at, the player that would be going in to be so much like that one that's coming out.
So you mean with the same ability?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be on the coach himself or the person with the playbook, like Kingsbury. So not Kingsbury, but John Witt. If John Witt sees that the player who's on the field, who's on defense, that has the same skill set, same height, same weight, same ability, he'll throw him out there. So he'll have him ready. As soon as he sees like a warning sign from the player, like he kneels, hey, you on the bench, come on, replace him right now. And remember, this play, what we're doing, we're consistent. We're making sure that they don't get a first down. A rush to the C gap. And then he was like, come on over. Let's find out which. So yeah, that's basically a game plan if that comes about. And that's the talk among the coaches, of the linebacker coaches, the DB coach, the front forward coach of the defensive tackle. They have this all discussion and played out. If this goes wrong, we have this as a backup. So if their backups do not work, then what they have to do is go to the reserves. And in the reserves, you have to bring from the practice squad on up to replace the guy to put him on injured reserve. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to go to your practice squad just to get a rookie, because that says a lot. No. That says like you don't have the confidence after you just
confident.
Right. So now you're getting this rookie, and this rookie is getting the time of his life to play on this defense, but he doesn't have the level of skill set as your other two who are perfectly matched in this position. Now you're hoping that this rookie grows until your two starters come back, and you're hoping and praying that your defense holds with this W against a really good offensive team. So that's a good question right there, Coach. That's why you coach from the bench in case something happens.
Yep.
And we don't see that.
I have heard that we've got some good coaches. So I'm just.
Time will tell.
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Time will tell, and that's where and your concern concerns me, because now you're looking at outside the box and seeing that what if this happens? You're right. You're right to be concerned about that, because now we don't know nothing about the defense. We don't know if the defense is going to gel in time for game one. The only one we can actually see is game one against the Jets, and then the Ravens, and what's the next one? The Ravens and the Patriots. So after we play against those three, then we can actually know what the defense is about. If this defense tortures, I'm talking about torture, these teams, first string, second string, and third string, even special teams, we're dominant. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's preseason.
Special teams be great.
It's special. If Cashmere comes on and fires, and Jamison Crowder goes fire, do you understand? That's two major backfields that we could have at a disposal. That's electrifying. It's like watching RG3 and Alfred Morris all over again. You know? And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. That's why my concern is so great, because we don't have that electrifying. We have a dominant quarterback who actually can throw 60+ yards from the hip with the flick of the wrist. Like, he has no unconscious. That's what we need, right? Running back wise, we're dominant there. Wide receiver wise, we're good. Offensive line, it looks like we got better. Tight end wise, we're good. There's no reason for us to worry. The situation on slot receiver, McCaffrey is the guy now. Kickoff returner, Jason Crowder, Kashmir Allen, and we got some really good notables as well. The idea.
We got the former Philadelphia Eagles. Well,
yeah. That guy too. I don't forget. I almost forgot about that dude. And we actually
and the Arizona Cardinals wide receiver.
Yes, we do too. But here's the problem. It doesn't mean nothing until we see them in action, gelling together. Yep. And that's where
they're going to be kind of up in the air when they first start out. But once they simmer down and they start gelling, you're going to know. You're going to know. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping, that we actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling last Saturday that it's more important that we get the defense on staff, on point, and following through. So let's go ahead and move forward. I mean, this was a great conversation. The panel is always on fire. I love the conversation. I love the ideas. I love the imagery. Let's go ahead and go to the Washington Wizards. So the NBA draft is upon us. This is the month of June. The Wizards just put KUMZA on the chopping block, which I'm upset about. This man has put a lot of points on the board. Him and Poole. To kick him off the Wizards roster just proves that this is, not a good sign for things to come, because it means if they kick KUMZA off and keep Poole, guess who's going to be the forward? Yes, folks, DENI Adenijad gets the starting role, and which is going to be a horrible, horrible thing for the Washington Wizards. Man. Because this guy he's not going to put up a lot of points. He's going to have a lot of steals. He's going to have a lot of fouls. And he's going to complain about it and lose the game of skin. And our head coach, hiring new head coach, is Brian Keefe, who was our interim coach at the end of the season. So, welcome, Brian Keefe. I wish you could come on to the DMV Sports Show so me and you can have a interview of the sort, because I have so many questions and so many problems, but you're probably not going to see them. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that here on the DMV Sports Show.
You never know. You never know. In this days and time of media and stuff, of sports media, you never know, is he listening, or is he has someone from the Wizards listening to this show? So don't be surprised. Okay.
Hey man, Big Steve, you're absolutely right. If he does listen to the show, thank you for listening to my show. I appreciate you. But I got so many things I want to say that is a problematic thing, and I'm not racking on you. I want to say congratulations for you being the head coach. You deserve it. My thing is the roster. The roster does not make sense at all. If you look at other rosters and compare to ours, you'll see why I mean what I say and say what I mean. But if you look at what he has to understand and what he has to do is get this team out on a professional level to win games next season. And by far, this is not a good thing that he can achieve. He probably could achieve, I don't know. But I'm saying that he has to deal with the forward position of DENI Adenijad, who thinks he's playing in an international league. He has to calm him down and have him play real NBA basketball. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are international players in the NBA, but this is not an international league. Nope. There's a difference. You have really good players that got really good and really teams that got excellent good. Lou's team, the Knicks, went from bad to really great. and went to the playoffs and were just a game away from the finals. A game away from the finals. A game away from the finals, folks. I'll say it again in slow motion. A game around the finals. I mean, that's how that's how close they were. You know?
Yeah.
And then Bronson gets hurt. Randall's is a no-show. And your defense was horrible to the Pacers of all teams. And then the Pacers advance and lose. And even the Pacers were a game away from the championship and lost. Now it's the Mavs and Celtics in the finals. And here's another point I want to make about this too. And hats off to Brian Keefe once again, but we don't have a defense. There's no defense. It's just offense. We can score 123 points, 130, 140, which is a good thing. Any team that scores 130 and 40 points is a really good team. But if your opponent scores 150, your defense trash. Yes, my defense is trash. I know. But that means who's on your team? Offensive players. All offense, no defense. Because we gave our defensive player away to the Mavericks. Yes, he is now in the finals for the very first time.
Oh, man.
And his name is Daniel Gafford. And I told everybody we should keep Daniel. He's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. He has an idea what he's going on. And what we say, no, he doesn't. Ship him off to Dallas. Okay. You were going to be sorry. Now he's gone. And now he's a Maverick. And he's going to be a champion. Now, you can reach out to him like, hey, you want to come back and play for your former team? He'll probably tell you no. Y'all don't know what you're doing. Dallas says. It can be that simple. So no, he could say nope. Sorry, y'all had me. Y'all misused me. Yeah, now that's what players do when they know they're being misused by the organization. We are an organization that hypens up the player to be sold on the market. That's what we do. Doesn't that seem like a team that actually we love and care for? What team is that? I wonder what it is. Don't we know a team that does that in the past? I just want to know if I know a team that way. Oh, that's right, us. We used to do that. Oh boy. How history plays us. So sad. So sad. Now we got Kuzma on the chopping block, and he's just licking his chops. Yeah, put me where I need to be, so I can go and play my heart out for this organization and receive the millions of dollars that I deserve. I know the Wizards were not gonna give me that million that max deal.
Gonna win, the Mavericks or the Celtics?
That is the question, folks, and that's what I'm gonna pull to my panel. My panel is awesome. So, panel. You know, Coach, you walk right into that. You know that, right? I planned that well.
I was just thinking about it.
I planned that well. I know. You ready? All right, let's go. So, who's going to win? Mavericks, Celtics, NBA Finals 2024, 2025. Let's go. I want to know the score. I want to know who's going to be MVP, and I want to know who the team is going to take it. Let's go, Big Steve. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Lakers gonna take it. They're gonna win it in 5, and I'm gonna say Porzingis gonna be MVP because he's coming back from injury.
So who's going to win it?
Boston at 5.
Boston. And you think it's going to be Tatum?
Yeah, I first thought Porzingis it might be Tatum, He could be Jordan. They got like 4 people that can do it. I'm gonna say Tatum gonna win MVP.
Okay. So Big Steve got the Celtics. Tatum with the MVP. All right. What you think, Coach?
I was getting ready to say Celtics. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna. So you think Tatum's gonna be your MVP?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I really do.
All right.
I don't know why, but something's telling me, Boston.
Okay. All right. All right, Lou. What do you feel?
Hey, we got to beat the Mavericks, man.
As much as I hate to see it happen, I think it's going to be the Celtics. And if Porzingis is coming back, which it looks to be, well, it would be, I think it's going to be a very short series. I wouldn't be surprised if Mavericks got swept. And Tatum will be MVP.
Oh wow. We got a caller. The caller number is 602-902-9055. Set your name for the record, who you represent, sir. Ma'am. Whoever.
My God.
Okay. Well, I know that you are sleepy.
Oh, that was probably last week.
Well, he's probably sleepy right now. So go ahead and go back to sleep. So I will sit here and say that this is by far the greatest achievement here, right? So I would say I'm going different. I'm going to say the Mavericks, right? The Mavericks.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say the Mavericks because of Daniel Gafford and Kyrie Irving. They actually play as a tandem of, and look what they did to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat them in game 7. Game 7. Who does that?
You're right about that.
So, I mean, if you look at the game, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a dog out. It's going to be a dog out fight. You're going to have – it's not going to be like one team blow out the other. They're evenly matched, right? Now, if Porzingis coming back, just like Lewis said that – Lewis Tenor said that, and I quote, Porzingis looks like he's coming back. If Lou is correct in this, right, that means this game just got more interesting. Right, and that's the beauty of this, right? I got Daniel Gafford, Porzingis, and the leaping ability of Daniel Gafford. He might slap the ball out of Porzingis' hand. Now, remember, Porzingis is not that mobile. He's not that quick. He has to stay back in transition. Gafford can go up and down the court. I got Dallas Mavericks winning their championships since Derek Nowitzki.
2011.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to watch that one, man. I'm like,
it's gonna be a really good one.
it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
It should be.
So moving on. Since we all in agreement that it's going to be a great series, and I got the panel saying Celtics.
Yeah, wow. This is Birdie Maxwell.
All right, Miriam, stop, Miriam. All right, we know that you're there. Campbell soup, good, we know. But the thing about this is the greatest thing ever. I like the NBA Finals here. I want to ask a question, and then we'll go to the next topic. What do you think about Bronny coming to the NBA? Should he stay in college or should he become an NBA player? Let's go with Big Steve.
Okay, for me, here's what's going to happen. Bronny's going to get drafted by NBA team. It's going to be the Washington Wizards with the 26th pick, just to see if they can get Mr. James on our team.
So you think that Bronny is going to be here?
Yeah.
No, don't say that.
Yeah. Because why would you think they get a so-so coach And, we got 2 picks. We're going to probably get the guy from Spain. And then why get the shot? I mean, we got a shot. And we can get the number 1 player in the NBA right now, James, and we can get his son. But I have a feeling that the Lakers are going to wind up picking him. Because they do need a point guard. And that's how they lost. Because they have a point guard. Because Westbrook went to the Clippers.
Right. So I think Bronny is by far not good enough to be here until he actually has a fulfillment in college. I apologize, folks. Miriam, she wakes up cranky like that. She gets her boyfriend on here and start making obscene gestures on the camera and stuff. And we tell her to stop, and then she drinks Campbell soup and she falls asleep. So here's the thing, folks. We try to be respectful here, but as you see, she has no filter. I moving forward with the Bronny question. I don't think Bronny is going to be a Wizard. I think Bronny is going to be a Falcon because they desperately need an inside presence. I think they make adjustments for Bronny to come in. Now, if they do want LeBron to come to Atlanta, it would be a dream of theirs because you have Bronny and son. I mean, father and son there. And to have Lakers fans upset that he did it again, left a city. I'm not liking you guys. I'm going to Atlanta and start, doing the Dougie on TV. And then like he did when he was in Miami, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lot of hate coming from there.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get. I'm thinking we're going to get Sora. I think we're going to get Sora out of the draft because we're number 2. But Shaq said that Norris is going to be the MVP. So if we get Norris versus Sora, we already got, we already got, if we get Norris and then if for some reason we get 2 picks in the NBA draft, we're still good. But I still think we should trade DENI Adeniji. Okay. Moving on real quick because we only got 2 minutes now because we spent a lot of time with the Greek thing. The Orioles are 36-19, taking on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Last time I was checked in, we were 9-5. Did we actually win the game? I'm about to check out right now and see what our score is as we talk. And drums, please. Oh man, I just can't wait for this one. All right, thank you for that drum roll because that was awesome. All right, so the score is 9-5. We won 37-19. So right now the Orioles are now still in second place, but they are right on the Yankees doormat.
That's five.
It's something, man. This year, they're actually 4 games away. 4 games away from reaching the first place again. They're 21. They're 20-11 at home, 16-8 away. Versus the Yankees are 18-8 at home and 22-11 away. So the Yankees are a away team versus a home team, and we're a home team versus a away team. This is such a flip in the stat sheet. But the Sox are evenly matched with the Rays, which is crazy. It's so true. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It's a 3-way tie because everybody at the bottom is evenly matched.
Mm.
Wow, that is crazy.
Wow. is right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's 7 o'clock. I want to thank Louis Tenor, co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show. I want to thank Coach and Big Steve for coming in. And yes, I want to thank Campbell Soup Lady, Good, who woke up and just started to come in here and start singing for no apparent reason. She is in here as well, and she's probably now with her so-called Campbell Soup boyfriend. Hats off to you guys. So we are human first, everything second. Your conquerors by definition. So go and conquer your dreams, and have a great Saturday. And don't worry about the naysayers. You could do anything you possibly can, even though when you're a little bit older, such as myself. All right, folks, have a great weekend. God bless to yourself, and God bless to everybody
God bless
and
you.
your family.
God
All
bless
right.
everybody.
All right. Be safe out there. And thanks to you for stepping in and coming in and entertaining us. See you next Saturday where we talk about the Commanders, and we're talking about the Orioles and the Wizards and the NBA draft and the NBA final as well. Be sure to check the box below, comment, leave a statement. Check us on the DMV Sports Show on YouTube and the Try 99 app on Roku TV. See you later. God bless. Have a great Saturday.